Last spring, our team got together with a group of pre-K through 12 teachers, and we all discussed ISTE standards. They have a really great scope and sequence. However, we found that if you just hand that scope and sequence to a third grade teacher and look at all of the third grade standards for a student to be introduced and to be reiterated and to potentially master, it was overwhelming. And so our committee looked at each of the standards for every single grade. And then essentially we did a carousel where we physically went old school and we wrote it up on a big post-it, poster board paper, and we identified 15 to 20 standards because usually there was like 25 to 30 plus standards. And we said, what in more public schools is actually happening? And so we went around, and as a 11th grade junior teacher, I could tell you this is what I know my students are capable of and we actually do in the classroom. And we had a vertical articulation meeting. And so our teachers, our administrators, the ed tech team, dean of academics, the coordinators all got together and took a look at this. And the product ultimately was a one pager of ISTE standards specific to more public schools and what our students are doing in the classroom. So again, that the teachers and the students know what are they expected to do in third grade moving into fourth grade. So as a fourth grade teacher, I know that they have already done this. So I don't need to necessarily focus on that as much. That can just be something that I just reiterate throughout the year. I don't necessarily need to focus on introducing it. And so that's all the way through the time that they graduate more public schools. And it takes some of the pressure off for the teachers because now they don't feel like they need to cover all of these standards. It also helps the administrators that are evaluating the teachers understand what to look for. There's 7 principles in ISTE for an effective teacher to model those, the way that an effective teacher uses technology in the classroom. And we then match that up with the teacher leadership evaluation sheet that we actually use for Oklahoma evaluation in more public schools. And so identifying those ed tech standards and those tech standards has really helped principals and teachers, and then all the way down to students.